出口は右側です。The next station is
ご注意ください。次の電車をご利用ください。
でもさ、カラフだったから美味しかった。
Ça me saoule, les voitures.
Got to feel in heaven when my lover's near. Lord, let this moment last for another year. Though today has ended, the night's still young, I'd say. Lover, don't go away. Let it be the thing that I am longing for. Let's fly out from home into the just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. I'll stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador. Just to drink pina colada on a hot wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay.
Broken bottles, drinking problems I will never solve. Got bad habits, it's all in my blood, just ask my mom. Daddy issues, where's the tissues? Crying an ocean. I'm just kidding, I'm no little bitch, just having fun. If we were in the 90s, I'd be a rock star. Don't need no sports car to live the fast life. Cause I'm cooler than Paris and Nikki. Friends with Tupac and Biggie. Riding around in the city. In my dreams, I'm rocking California. I'm getting drunk with Madonna. The Stones and Mary Giona. I'm such a legend in my dreams. Oh, na na na. devices, gas high prices, I just can't afford. What happened to live, laugh, love, and peace will change the world. Modern hippie in the city, middle finger up. Take your negativity and put it up your glitter on my teeth, pour me the next shot. Richer than jackpot in my dreams, 'cause I'm cooler than Paris and Nikki. Friends with Tupac and Biggie, riding around in the city. In my dreams, I'm rocking out with Nirvana and getting drunk with Madonna. The Stones and Mary J. Wanna. I'm such a legend in my dreams. Cause I'm cooler than I'm such a legend in my dreams. Oh, na, na, na.
뭐 해요?